I'm an American who's lived in London for 2 years now, and I can honestly say there's only one major con to living here, and that is UK salaries. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I've been here for 2 years and I'm 4 years into my career, and if I wanted to stay, I would be on the same salary that was my entry-level salary in Columbus, Ohio, in London. 4 years into my career. And while a lot of stuff is cheaper here, like groceries, traveling, I will say my biggest expense, which is rent, is literally New York City level prices. So it doesn't really average out. And for that reason, I'm moving back to the US, which, mic drop. I just can't make this salary.
Let me tell you one of the most difficult parts about being an American in the UK, and no, it's not the weather. It's going grocery shopping. So I am used to the American way, which has, we just pipe up our food with loads of preservatives. Not that great for you, but it makes life a little bit easier. The jury's still out on that. Here, they don't have as many preservatives in their food, which means that when you go to the grocery store, you need to eat that food within the next 2 to 3 days. For example, these tomatoes that I'm dicing up, perfect time. I got them like 3 days ago. I'm super excited to have them with a salad for dinner. This bread, I got this bread from the grocery store the day before I got the tomatoes, so 4 days ago. I literally have mold on my bread within 4 days. Like, it's crazy to me because now I've wasted half a loaf of bread, and I'm just like, oh, I have to make sure that and I hate wasting food. I absolutely hate it, but it's something that has actually made me be a bit more proactive with my groceries, because every month I was wasting so much food, so much money. And it's actually something that's super difficult for me, and I'm still working through it. So if you're interested in moving to the UK, make sure that you plan your meals out and you eat your food quickly. Otherwise, it's going to spoil.
I'm an American living in the UK and I work in the UK, and something that just I'm amazed at about working in the UK is right now at work, there's a lot happening. Like, there's like a lot of deadlines. They're all kind of converging, and we're all working as hard as we can, like with a small team of people. We're all doing the best that we can. And the morale is very high, but the stress is also very high. But you wouldn't even know that. From the meetings I'm in, you wouldn't even know that. And what's funny about the America, or I guess not funny, maybe a little traumatizing, is that the last companies I worked at, like, when shit was hitting the fan, like, the managers would just light the fire underneath of you and your ass would just burn. It was very direct. It was very stern. It was just like, we got to get this shit done. Like, we got to get this shit done, and here's how we're going to get this shit done. And in the UK, they're like, let's try and, get the group together, and we're doing the best that we can, and, and we're doing a good job. I appreciate this type of leadership. I appreciate this type of environment. But I can just like tell in my head that everyone's just, like walking around, like trying to get it done. But nobody's telling me like anything around, you better get this shit done. No one's being direct. No one's being, we're all just doing the best that we can.
Okay guys, I'm back, and I'm going to be listing some other things I've noticed as an American living in London. And like I said in my last video, I am from New York, and I've lived in DC and San Francisco, so I'm just used to being in big cities. But let's get into it. Guys, lemonade. Lemonade is supposed to be lemon, water, sugar. Why does my lemonade taste like soda? Like, guys, I can't, because I actually really love lemonade, and it just kind of throws me off how it's like a fizzy soda drink here. I actually cannot. Second of all, the foxes. Guys, I saw a fox last night, and I wanted to like just run. Like, I was so scared, guys. And I know they're not dangerous, but it's just something about seeing an animal that, like, I don't know, I feel like foxes are deemed as dangerous in America a little bit, and you wouldn't see them just, like, outside. So, like, seeing a fox to me, like, outside is kind of like, what the heck is going on? Also, this chicken burger nonsense. It's a chicken sandwich. It's a fried chicken sandwich. Guys, that's not a chicken burger. Like, I swear me and my friend get in arguments about this all the time because they call it a chicken burger. I'm like, that is a chicken sandwich. I will say another thing I've noticed is, like, the difference in, like, chip crisp flavors here. Like, you guys would have some very, like, interesting flavors, like, well, basically shrimp flavored chips, but you guys call them prawns. And I'm just like, what? And then I saw something with like beef the other day, and I'm just like, what are these flavors? Like, these are some crazy chip flavors to be having, but I haven't tried them, so I can't really speak too much on them. Okay, let's get into how cheap it is to travel. Because I feel like as an American, like, I guess the cheapest flight for me from New York would probably be to like Miami, maybe. And on a good time, that'd be maybe like $150. And that's a cheap flight. That's a cheap flight. And here, like, you can literally get flights like from 30 pounds. Like that literally blows my mind. Because it's like, I've never seen a flight that cheap. I will say, like, the weather is not that bad, honestly, too. I feel like everybody was like, oh, the weather. I just feel like being from New York, like, the winter is like winter. Like, it still gets cold here, and I feel like there's a similarity in the degrees, but it's definitely a bit colder. I can't really speak on it too soon because last time I came to London was in February, but I feel like it was colder in New York than it is in London. So, also another thing, I feel like this is kind of like a food drink series, but listen, I'm still trying to get used to like the no sugar in the drinks. I think I had something called an Oasis from like McDonald's. I thought it was just like a regular juice. I tasted it. I literally could not finish it because like the added sugars. But I guess it works out because we put a lot of sugars in our drinks in the US. But I just need like real sugar. Like the artificial taste, I can't do it. Oh, and then lastly, I want to say Ubers. Ubers are much cheaper out here. Like, I feel like sometimes from Central, because I live in South, it takes about like maybe like 30, 40 minutes to get home. Baby, that would be $100 Uber in New York to get probably from Brooklyn to like Queens, Long Island. It's probably like 26, 30, 20 pounds. Guys, like, Ubers are so much cheaper here. Oh my gosh.
As an American living in the UK, y'all told me to get outside of London. So today I'm in Portsmouth. Off the back, it's already giving me like a little quaint seaside town in the northeast, Rhode Island and Massachusetts. This town seems so charming. Just like any other city outside of London, everybody is so pleasant. People walk on the street to the workers. It's still weird getting used to, but they have a local team, which is Portsmouth FC, and they're called the Pompies. The biggest rivals are Southampton, and it's one of the hugest derbies. And right now, I have Southampton clothes on right now, so gotta be careful walking around the city in red. This town seems so much more English. I know it sounds weird, but in London, I don't feel like I'm in England half the time because it's so multicultural. But here, it's the buildings, the vibe seems so English. Let me stop yapping so y'all can see. They also have a bunch of these. I don't know why, but I think these little post office things are so iconic. It's proper British in it. Everyone's very relaxed. It's a slow way of life. Everyone's chilling. Everyone's not in a rush. Just ran into the security guard at the mall, and the nicest dude ever. They come up squad head with 3 people, and I'm like, oh, what do I do now? And like, oh, mate, love your videos. And they keep walking. This is what I'm talking about. And one of the biggest differences walking around these old English towns is you really realize, and it shows how old these towns are. You walk by and see plaques from buildings and churches and cathedrals from the 1500s and stuff like that. Back home, if you would have told me a building was made in the 1800s, that would have been a lot for me. It really is just surreal seeing buildings this old. All in all, Portsmouth is a nice little quiet seaside town. Which city should I go to next?
I can't stand them. Now then, whatever next, I'm back with British things, UK things. I never know the appropriate wording because somebody's gonna get upset. Anyway, things that I've tried over here, right, that I just don't like. Now, I feel like I'm gonna get highly trolled for this one because some of these are gonna be quite debatable. But Confession Corner, I've just gotta keep it real with you. Let's just get into it. Let's get into it. Nothing they do. Nothing they do. I don't like anything Kinder Bueno. Is that how you say it? Bueno? Is this even British? I'd not heard of it or had it till I came here, but the name would give that it's not. Bueno? I had not tried this till I came here. It seems to be, people seem to be nuts about it in the UK. I don't like any of it. I don't like the hippos. I don't like the bars. I don't like the little egg things with the little spoon. I don't like anything Bueno. I said what I said. Moving on. These. You guys are mad about these. I can't stand them. I love sweets. I love jelly beans. I love chewy sweets. But the consistency of these are just wrong. I can't explain it. There has to be another person out there with me. Is there anyone? Does everybody love these? I can't stand them. I just think they're absolutely vile. Moving on. Now listen, I've spoken about this one before. A lot of you know how I feel about it. It is so beloved in this country. They're given out at Easter, they're given out at Christmas. Some people have them all year round. They're sold all year round. And it's a classic staple that I'd never heard of till I moved here, and that's the cherry chocolate orange. When I tell you, orange and chocolate should never be in the same room together. I've said what I said. Orange and chocolate. I even retried it a few months ago to see if maybe the palate, because I identify as British now, if maybe my palate had converted, but no such luck. It's just not the one. I just don't get it. I don't get it on any level. Orange and chocolate in any way. In that same kind of realm. No. Mint and chocolate. No, again, they don't belong. They don't belong. Ice cream together. Mint chocolate chip ice cream is my husband's favorite. How do you even... It's like toothpaste in a chocolate bar. You just wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't have toothpaste in a chocolate bar. So why? You guys love mint and chocolate over here. I just absolutely can't cope with it at all. I literally get a gag reflex. It's just a big fat no for me. Any and all mint chocolate. And someone said, oh, well, you must try the Aero. You must try the Aero because that's the game changer. I tried it. I gagged. I just can't do it.
Culture shocks living in the UK as an American. I'm going to start talking about these more often because they happen to me daily still. Even after living here 7 years, I don't know. You can take the girl out of America, but you can't take the Southern American girl out of me, right? So today my husband and I were out shopping, just walking around town, and I popped into an antique shop and was looking at this beautiful display of like china and teacups and stuff. And this lady just comes right in front of me and just starts rummaging around. And I'm just like, hi, hello. But I didn't say that. I just waited for her to finish and move on to her shopping. But it happens to me in the supermarkets too. And at first I thought it was just a fluke that a few people did that, but it happens all the time. I've become used to it. But I'll just be standing there at the supermarket looking on the shelf for what I need, and someone will just come and stand right in front of me and get what they need and go on. And I'm just like, okay. I know for me, if someone's looking at some place that I need to get something from, I'll just pretend like I'm looking at something else until they get what they need and move on, and then I'll get in there and get what I need. But yeah, most people don't do that here. So maybe I'm just being too sensitive. If you're an American, what do you think about that? Like, do you do that? Is it just me? And if you're British or from the UK, am I just being too sensitive and I just need to like get on with my shopping and get out of the way because people got to go? Maybe it is me. Anyway, that is my life, you guys here. I will never get used to being an American living in London.
If you're an American who's planning on moving to the UK, you should just know your house is going to look a little different. Your washer and dryer is probably all one unit. Washer, dryer, all in one machine. And guess what? It's in the kitchen. You're going to have doors for days. This door is to my living room. This door is to my kitchen. This door is to my dining room. It's actually illegal to have outlets in your bathroom, and your light switches might be outside. Or they might be on a pull chain. You're not going to have a mailbox. You're going to have the slot on your door that they're going to shove your mail through. And guess what? If you have outgoing mail, they're not going to take it away. You got to walk your butt down to a mailbox or take it to the post office. Your windows aren't going to have screens. They're going to open up like this so you can let all the bugs in all summer long. Homes also tend to be a bit smaller and more expensive, but hey, good things come in small packages, right?
This is one thing I've noticed as an American living in the UK. I'm thoroughly convinced that this is uniquely British. Why do you guys remove your gardens and add things like fake turf, gravel, pavement, etc.? Why? I don't get it. I mean, I know not all of you are doing this, but quite honestly, it's more common here than I've ever seen anywhere else. Never saw it in the States, at least not where I'm from and my experiences. Grass is good for the environment. It's good for drainage. And I mean, given the amount of rain and stuff we get here, I mean, I think that you'd want to have the garden, the grass, the nature around you. I mean, I know some houses don't have space for it. Other people may not want to, mow all the time. But honestly, it's something I never saw until I came here. And where I lived in the States, everybody had a lawn. Even if you only had a tiny little patch of grass, people still took care of that grass and took pride in it. They didn't replace it with fake grass. I think it's honestly uniquely British. I think this might be an actual piss take, but there was a lady and she was outside vacuuming her grass. Now, she said she does it for real because there's like dirt and stuff. Another person scrubs it with soap. It's weird. I mean, what do you guys think? Is this something that you've done because out of convenience? I mean, I can understand the convenience aspect because if you're older and you don't have a mower or whatever, you don't want to go outside and mow the lawn all the time, do you? Or do you just don't like grass?
How long you been living there for?
About almost a year now.
Cool.
I came here in May.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what state are you from?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, you know T Grizzly, Big Sean, Eminem.
Yeah,
You
okay.
know
Rap God, come on, man, of course. What's one difference that you've realized living in America and living in United Kingdom? What is it?
Bro, y'all miserable here, man.
Thank you.
Y'all
Thank you.
miserable.
The UK is negative vibes.
Negative vibes, man. The UK is bad vibes. Y'all miserable here.
Was it a personal reason you moved here or work?
No, my girl. That's why I moved here. My girl.
Oh! His gal from
Yeah,
London?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
How did that happen? Please tell me. Please. What happened? Wow, overseas.
Yeah.
Overseas. So what, do you
What y'all
think...
say? I got an overseas ting.
Yeah, overseas ting.